Hello guys. Right now I am in Dandy's world. Oh, Connie is on the board. Anyways, that's not important. I haven't seen Connie's board for so long. But anyways, to the point of this video, if you read the title, then you probably know what it's about. It's about the Christmas toons needing more abilities than the ones that they have. Well, no, not that, but them having abilities. Well, their abilities gain an upgrade since they are pretty much just do-overs, or like, it's pretty much the situation with Finn, because in case you don't know, Finn's real in ability, I believe. I forgot, I don't use him a lot. One sec. Yeah, it's real in. I checked, and it's Shelly's problem solver ability, even though Finn was made after Shelly during the Sprout update. Now, for the Christmas toons, they're all toons with abilities that belong to other toons. Like, for example, Rudy's Antler Charge is Flutter's ability, and Bobette's Festive Aura, which apparently doesn't work anymore, I don't know why, is Astro's Nap Time ability. I know he has one. One sec. Yeah, Astro's Nap Time ability. Fun fact, I actually got Astro before Bobette, and Bobette was the latest main at the time. Not at the time that I got Astro, but like when I was excited for the Christmas event. And obviously, the Halloween event is going on. So, since I'm not sure if the next update will be the Christmas event, I'll talk about other toons coming out in the Christmas event as other event toons, like probably in another video, but also maybe never. But you see, the thing is, Rudy, Ginger, Cole, and Bobette need an upgrade to their abilities, and here's why. In case you haven't noticed, ignore the fact that I have every toon, but in case you haven't noticed, ever since the Christmas event, every event toon has gotten unique abilities. Bassie's Spring Foolish Sharing ability allows her to drop items, which no other toon has, obviously. And Easter Basket, well, it just gives her an extra inventory slot, which is what I all wanted from a toon. Next is Coco, whose ability is Bonbon, which allows her to drop a bonbon. And then Connie, being from a scrapped event, ability, which is Haunting Escape. So one thing I wonder is, did Connie originally have a different ability than Haunting Escape before the Halloween event? Or was she always... Well, if there was going to be a Halloween event back in 2024, or was Haunting Escape always meant to be her ability? Anyways, next is Eclipse, who has a unique passive ability, allowing her to get a boost in stamina. Then Eggson allows him to boost the machine extraction. Flight gets to start a gust. Gordy gets to boost toons around him in one stat, and even increases their speed in panic mode. Rebecca is immune to debuffs, and the last event toon with a unique ability, Ian Sylvester, gives him an extra heart. Oh yeah, and he's also immune to ranged attacks. But Rudy, Ginger, Cole, and Bobette are all toons with copied abilities. Precious Packaging is Connie's ability, just Bobette can't move and lethals can't kill her. Cole's Scout ability is Pebble's passive ability, which allows him to see items all around the map. Ginger's Baked with Care ability is literally Cosmo's sharing his caring ability. And then Rudy's Antler Charge ability is Flutter's... what is it called again? Floaty Dash ability. Yeah, I wanted to say something about, like, Wind, but I wasn't sure if her ability name had Wind in it. But now, back to Rudy, Ginger, Cole, and Bobette having unique abilities. Let's start with Rudy, who is actually my favorite of the Christmas toons. He's so cute, and I love his Bluebell skin, which it may not look like it because my phone just sometimes shows the wrong color, but I am his Bluebell skin. Ignore my trinket setup, by the way. That's my trinket setup for whenever I'm Rudy. I don't use the Ghost Skin of Snakes. I use Savory Charm for, like, all like, scenarios, unless I am distracting or trying to summon Broken Louie, like the last video. And please forget I ever said Louie. But anyways, Rudy's Antler Charge ability is this Floaty Dash ability, like I said before. So, how could we change it other than giving him a new ability? I will have my idea for what a new ability could be, or what a boost to the ability would be, and I'm going to start with the boost. I'm going into Gordy's shop for all of the upgrades that I would give to the toons. So, for Rudy, if he had an upgrade to his ability, I think that he would start off like his normal ability would, but then start to float up, because reindeer actually levitate and run through the air, so he would probably be able to float around for a bit before going back on the ground, giving him a boost in speed. And no other toon has that ability. Now for a new ability, and I think that he could get something similar to that, but him just going up and floating, or an ability called Sleigh Ride, but I'm gonna save that for something else. But yeah, I think that Rudy should get a new ability. Or just his old ability with an upgrade, allowing him to, floating at a boost in speed. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about buffs later for Rhodey, Rebecca, and Eggson that can only happen during their events, because I don't think that the commons should just have starter stats. Anyways, on to the next one. Ginger is next, and yes, this is her Minty Pine skin. Obviously, her ability is Cosmo's ability, so how could we make it kind of, more like her own ability? Also for the new abilities, besides Sleigh Ride, I did not think of anything else. Well, no, I didn't think of any of the names. If I think about them by the end of the video, then I will explain them. After doing the main, things. Like the common stat boosts. Obviously, Ginger would be more thought out. But to be honest, I didn't have many second thoughts about anyone besides Rudy's active ability, which is his only ability, and Bobette's passive ability. So, yeah, that one's my fault. Yeah. So for Ginger, I was maybe thinking about something that could, let her heal everyone or something. Or, kind of having an item that she can drop, kind of like Coco's ability, but it healing the player, called Baked with Care, being a cookie. But they wouldn't pick it up. It wouldn't be in their inventory. It would heal them. So yeah. And then for a new ability, yeah, I literally have nothing else. That was my whole thought process. Maybe being able to heal 2 with her current ability, but just name it Baked with Care, but have it being my idea. Please, Quell, please. It's my favorite event, but their abilities are copied. Anyways, we're on to the next one. Cole. And oh my god, I thought of nothing. Literally. I'm thinking, like, maybe something that could let her, like, slow down the Twisteds, like Sylvester's trinket being the soul sword, but, like, being able to chuck rocks at them or something. I really didn't think of anything for Cole. For the scout ability, maybe it can allow players to, like, see where an item is. Kind of like the ability, but, like, only one player, or, like, having a flag mark where an item is, or, like, a healing item. I don't know what to do. Also, their trinkets don't need buffs besides Rudy's. Also, Egson's trinket and Rebecca's trinket need a buff, along with Rudy's, which I hope they get after their events. Why hasn't that worked out yet? Anyways, for Cole, I thought of nothing. Like, the only other ability that I can think of is Bassie's ability, or, like, Gigi's. I have nothing for Cole, so I'm sorry for Cole, but, like, I thought of nothing. Lastly is Bobette. Yeah, you remember how I was talking about Sleigh Ride? That could be her new active ability, allowing to take a trip on a sleigh that is kind of like Flutter's ability. Never mind. But, like, maybe Precious Packaging can like, help the toons and hide them. And then Festive Aura, maybe it could boost extraction speed or something. Maybe it can boost a certain stat. The reason why I didn't say skill check, stamina, or movement speed is because all three of those stats are already boosted by another toon's ability, which are all active. Well, besides Brushes, which is a toggle ability where you can toggle it. But, like, come on. Literally. Bobette could have her Festive Aura ability be able to boost a random toon's stat. If Brush's ability didn't exist, then maybe I could say it being something that she can toggle on and off. But, yeah. Can't really do that. Anyways, I'll think of something for Cole, hopefully. But, until then, I have no idea. Still gonna be in Gordy's shop currently, but here's what I think should be the buff for the festive lights. See, it highlights ornaments in your vicinity for 10 seconds during match, making them easier to spot during events. And it's not even helpful in any other event. I tried in, like, the Easter event. Trust me, I did. But it did nothing. So maybe a buff could, like, maybe it could be a distractor trinket. Because why not? Maybe the egg radar can act like Pebble's ability, the whispering flower, but better. And something else. Maybe the bone threaded needle can stun the Twisteds. I don't know. Anyways, now I won't mention the stats. I just think that Rudy should have been faster for a reason. And that's the reason that if Santa was real, then he would be super fast. Well, the reindeer would be super fast to bring him from house to house all in one night. So, why isn't Rudy fast? Anyways, another trinket that needs a buff is the toy kit. Why can't it be like how it was before, where you could use it where you could use your ability non-stop in the elevator? It only refreshes it once now, so it's pretty much useless. Or maybe it can make the ability have no cooldown at all, but maybe it could have the cooldown be decreased to 10 seconds. It would only work for active abilities though. But still. They should make the abilities better. And the trinket abilities better. I do think that Quell will think of making the I do think that Quell will be making the abilities unique in the Christmas event. I just really hope they are. So, yeah. Man, I really thought of nothing for Cole. I don't know anything. I have no idea for anything for Cole. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything. Anyways, for stat boosts for Rebecca and for Sylvester, who should get a stat boost, Knights would be fast. Well, Knights are probably fast to defend their kingdom. But anyways, Igson should get a speed debuff because it doesn't make sense that he's faster than Roger, yet older than Roger. And Roger's in his 30s or something. But still, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, after that ranting, I do believe that Quell should maybe take my idea for Rudy and Ginger's abilities into account. But, like, still. Also, I know that I said I would be thinking of something for a new ability and, like, the old ability, but better. But, for Festive Aura, I can't think of anything. But for Scout, like, maybe it can help other players, like, spot healing items, kind of like Gordy's trinket, but, like, no matter what, kind of a helper to the healers. If there's any healing items on the floor. Anyways, that's all for now. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.